Yo, Windows warriors and laptop legends, if you're hunting for the ultimate Windows 11 machine, this wired guide is your ultimate buyer's Bible. It's Area 72, your high-octane hub for gadget glory, budget beasts, and pro-level picks that crush the competition, from Snapdragon efficiency kings to gaming GPUs. Today, we're tearing through Wired's 2025 roundup of the best Windows laptops, spotlighting the Surface Laptop 7 as the overall champ, Dell 14 Plus for under $1,000, Asus Zenbook A14 for portability, and heavy hitters like Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i for creators, packed with specs, pros, cons, and tips to snag your perfect rig. If this slate has you ditching your old clunker, smash that like button, slam subscribe, and crank those notifications. We're dropping these hype-heavy breakdowns to supercharge your tech feed and stack those watch hours. Let's rank the rigs, roast the rivals, and sling a prediction that'll spark debates. Comment now, budget beast or pro powerhouse? Let's laptop launch, full throttle, flash to the frontier frenzy. Wired's 2025 guide is fresh off the press, timed for Windows 11's TPM 2.0 push and the Snapdragon X revolution. 13 to 14-inch sizes rule for most, but we dive from $750 bargains to $2,000 plus creators' dreams. Trends? Snapdragon X/Plus Elite chips dominate for insane battery life, 20+ hours, Intel Lunar Lake for integrated graphics, 16GB RAM/512GB storage as the new baseline, and Copilot Plus AI perks like live captions. No Apple wars here, but Dell's value shines versus premium Surface, OLED panels for creators, ARC GPUs for light work. X is buzzing, hashtag best Windows laptops trends with 500k plus views, users remixing, Snapdragon slays Intel memes. Fun fact, under $750 means compromises, skip if you need power. Like if you're upgrading, comment your budget, best overall, Microsoft Surface Laptop 7, 2024 edition, 13.8-inch 2880 by 1800 IPS touchscreen, Snapdragon X Plus/Elite, Adreno GPU, 16/32 RAM, 512GB to 2TB SSD, premium build. Pros, battery beast, 20+ hours, snappy performance, gorgeous display. Cons, pricey, $1,000+. Why win? Efficiency king for everyday pros, best under $1,000, Dell 14 Plus, 14-inch 2560 by 1600 IPS, Intel Core Ultra 7258V, ARC GPU, 32GB RAM, 1TB SSD, comfortable keyboard. Pros, balanced specs at $800 to $900, great for basics. Cons, no OLED pop. Value vibe, hits the sweet spot without skimping, most portable, Asus Zenbook A14, 14-inch 1920 by 1200 OLED, Snapdragon X Plus, Adreno GPU, 16/32 RAM, 512GB per 1TB SSD, ultralight 2.2 pounds. Pros, featherweight with 20+ hour battery, vibrant screen under $750. Cons, limited ports. Travel essential, best budget, Asus VivoBook 14X 1407QA, 14-inch 1920 by 1200 IPS, Snapdragon X, Adreno GPU, 16GB RAM, 512GB SSD, solid for $600. Pros, affordable endurance. Cons, basic panel/touchpad. Entry-level win, gaming/content creation, Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i 16-inch 3200 by 2000 tandem OLED, Intel Core Ultra 9285H, RTX 5070 GPU, 32GB RAM, 1TB SSD, 4.25 pounds. Pros, creator beast with premium display. Cons, heavy. Razer Blade 16-inch 2560 by 1600 OLED, AMD Ryzen AI 9 365, RTX 5090, 16 to 64GB RAM, 1 to 4TB SSD, 4.7 pounds. Pros, gaming god. Cons, pricey. 2-in-1/convertible, Lenovo Yoga 9i, 14-inch 2880 by 1800 OLED, Intel Core Ultra 7256V, ARC GPU, 16/32 RAM, 512GB per 1TB SSD, 2.91 pounds. Pros, versatile flip. Surface Pro 13-inch 2880 by 1920 OLED, Snapdragon X Plus/Elite, Adreno GPU, 16/32 RAM, 256GB to 1TB SSD, 2.7 pounds with keyboard. Pros, detachable tablet, modular/upgradable, framework laptop 13 13.5-inch 2256 by 1504 IPS, AMD Ryzen AI 5 340, Radeon GPU, 16 to 96 GB RAM, 500 GB to 4 TB SSD, 2.87 pounds. Pros: Tinkerer's Dream. Large screen value. Lenovo IdeaPad 5i16 2-in-1, 16-inch display, Intel Core Ultra, 1 TB SSD, $698. Pros: affordable big screen. AI focused value. Acer Swift 16 AI, 16-inch display, Snapdragon X, 1 TB SSD, $800. Pros: battery/display win. Cons: design, overall advice. Upgrade to Windows 11 for AI perks, 16 GB RAM/512 GB min, Snapdragon for battery, Intel for graphics, Nvidia for gaming. Under $1,000? Dell/Acer. Prediction: Snapdragon dominates 2026 to 50% market, PS6 bundles compete. That's your Windows laptop lineup. If this geared your grab, like, subscribe, bell on, Next Tech Tease. Comment your pick, share the specs. Thanks for questing with Area 72, stay powered, stay portable. #SETHJTV